So like if you're thinking about building something, how do you build something either brand new or how do you potentially build something that has distribution power, right? Like that's the key because like anyone could build anything, but if you can't get distribution and then convert it, none of it matters. So like now I think it's like we all have to switch gears and become much
Yep.
better at the marketing side than we ever had before, right? Hello, hello. What's up? Hey, Danette. Hey, Sam.
Hello.
What's up? Hey guys, we're gonna wait on some people to hop in here. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope y'all doing well. Let me change my name. What up, guys? All right, we're gonna wait for some people to pop in here. Hope you guys are doing well. Today's gonna be a cool day because we're gonna be entering into for those that want to play or want to get involved, we're gonna be playing around with Emergent's $100,000 competition that ends on the 31st. So this will be pretty fun if you guys have used Emergent before. If you haven't used it, it's pretty cool. It's one of my favorite ones right now. Also, boom, boom, boom. What up, Sam? What up, Danette? What's going
Morning.
on?
How you doing?
What's up? How you doing? How's everything?
Um,
What's up,
what
Georgia?
country you in?
What country? I'm back in the States, man. I'm
Are
back in the
you
States.
Florida?
Yeah, I'm back. No, no, no. I'm in Kentucky right now. I'm in
Oh,
Kentucky.
okay.
Yeah, I'm in Kentucky at the moment.
You need to
So
bring yourself down to Chicago and have some fun.
Chicago, I just met a guy that he's from Chicago, does a lot of real estate stuff out in Chicago. He was pretty cool, like a big real estate guy.
It's a great
Chi-town.
city,
It's
especially in the
been a while.
summer.
It's been a while. I've been to Chicago in like whew, 10 years or something. No,
Oh
maybe
wow,
more than that. More than that. Yeah, more than
missing
that.
out. Chicago's fun here in the summer.
Yeah, yeah. I need to take a trip to Chi-town. To Chi-town. What up, y'all? What is going on? What up, Umair? All right. Hope y'all are doing well. Okay, so just to give you guys some perspective, what's up, Mohammed? So to give you guys like a little perspective, so what we're gonna do today is that we are going to go through Emergent. So let me see if I pull up some videos, or I'll give you guys some insight first as we wait for some people to hop on. So Emergent is having $100,000 Buildathon contest. So it's kind of like a hackathon, but obviously at the very same time and moment, uh, it's a hackathon slash buildathon. And the cool thing that they're doing this time, because usually when they do prizes, they will do like three prizes, usually, or five prizes. But luckily this time they're actually doing 100 prizes. So what does that mean? That means that like there's a chance that if we build something, which I want each one of you guys to build your own thing, right? And I'll take you through how I'm gonna do a spec myself. And then so you guys could get some ideas on how this is exactly done. But one of the cool things about this is that, if there's 100 spots, like, maybe one of us can actually win. And the cool thing about this too is that I think they have a voting thing. Not that that is like the final say, but we could also all vote for each other so that we get higher on the list. So I think that's pretty cool. And then we're able to, put something out. So the cool thing about this with Emergent, what I usually like to do when there's like these type of build-a-thons, I like to do something that is going to like help me in like my current trajectories. So like one thing that we've been thinking about a lot, you guys have seen that we have entered into a bunch of hackathons. We actually won a few hackathons through Solana, in the last like couple months. And we did get some money prizes. So it's obviously all this stuff is possible. But the cool thing about this is that you get to work on something that, maybe that you were doing. So I don't know if you guys have any ideas on maybe something that you want to do. So we'll kind of like ideate and then we'll just think about like what we could potentially build. And then I'll just like show you guys how I'm going to put out, like I already have my idea of what I want to do. It's a little audacious. I don't know how far it's going to go because I have to like limit it because it could be much larger, but I'll explain what I'm doing. And then let's say, for example, for you guys, think of something that you can build. Obviously, it has to be done through Emergent, which if you go too deep into it, obviously could get quite expensive. But I think one of the things that gets people to win hackathons, so like when we won the hackathon, it was like the Solana one with Viber at the network school. I wouldn't say we were the most technical. We had a very short period of time to do it, right? It was a 1 hour hackathon. And the reason that we won that hackathon was because ours was very viral, right? So basically, this is the what did we win with this one? It was the World Cup Aura. So we had one that was called World Cup Aura, and basically it was like a fan experience where you take a picture of yourself, it turns it into a card. It was on the blockchain. You could print it as an NFT, so it had a very viral factor. So one of the things that I remember watching when I went into Replit, and then they were like talking about like what is like the things that take off from what they've seen. These were, and mind you, these are two of the people that are now on the technical side building stuff that they were never technical people. They were actually marketers. So it's like my thoughts are in the future coming up. I mean, right now and more into the future, like if you have a good sense of like what people like, the virality, how to get distribution, that is like what's important now. So like if you're thinking about building something, how do you build something either brand new or how do you potentially build something that has distribution power, right? Like that's the key because like anyone could build anything, but if you can't get distribution and then convert it, none of it matters. So like now I think it's like we all have to switch gears and become much
Yeah.
better at the marketing side than we ever had before, right?
Okay.
Dose.
Yeah.
Okay.
My dose.
Yeah,
No.
Franzi, we're gonna meet you. Franzi, meeting you there. Okay, so I think that's like one of the factors. Umair, what else do you think is important in today's build age, for people like especially like hackathons and like the importance of like being able to build today? Like what's important?
I think the hackathons are the biggest litmus test or sign of how fast things are moving, right? So that's why people are having hackathon. Hackathon is not something new. But thing is, the amount of hackathons that have now we have around the world, the frequency shows that like how fast and easy it is to build, how cost effective it is to build, and hence like we see all of this. The beauty of AI is or where we are right now is it has kind of um, done the level playing field for across the board, right? To a certain degree. Designers can develop, developers can, of course, now design, have an assistant with AI. And people who have good business sense or understanding of solving problems, it's always about like, intelligence problem solution, right? So anybody who is really good with that can now build anything independent of regardless whether he can or she can afford it or not. Because now you can like do it on your own, at least to the MVP level. So I think that's where we are right now. Yeah, I believe of course we're gonna need developers when we go into the scale mode. But yeah, distribution again is the second part. When we develop something, then of course it is really good. But if you don't have the power to distribute or do not know like how to market it, then it's of no use. So ideas are great, but Y Combinator says that if you're not embarrassed about your first MVP or first product iteration, it means you're already too late. So this is where we are right now.
Yeah, yeah. Amen to that. That is the truth. That is the truth. For real. All right, cool. Okay, so as I'm going through here, I have one of my agents literally just building out the deck as we speak right now. Like it's crazy how like it would take me so much time to build out deck stuff, but like now I just have, agents do everything for me. So if you don't have agents doing everything for you, you can't compete against people like myself and other people that are much more advanced than I am. So let me see, can you guys see my screen? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, so what we're gonna go and do today, I'm gonna explain to you guys. So we're gonna be entering the competition. So I want all you guys definitely to do it. If you guys don't have Emergent, the cool thing about Emergent is that I don't know how advanced of an app you'll be able to get done, but they give you 10 free credits. Then the next $20 they give you for $1. At least for now. I mean, hopefully it's still up, but as of like a few days ago, that was still something. So for $1, you'll be able to at least build the beginning or the prototype of the app, I guess. Obviously, if you want to build more, you may have to do more. Maybe Zane could give us like a hack. I don't know if they'll allow it though. I'm wondering if it's like against the terms and conditions if you kind of like build outside if you started on Emergent. And then you basically let's ask real quick if that's going to be something that we could do. Zane, while I do this, can you explain kind of like for people that might be building on Replit, people that are building on Emergent, because I personally like the way that Emergent does designs. I've tried to do a Codex. I can't seem to get it done the same way that Emergent does, at least a initial design. For me, that's like a non-designer, right? I have taste, but I'm not a designer. That's just the reality. And I like to use Emergent, except it gets very expensive. So, Zane, could you kind of break down a little bit how it kind of can work for people to be able to like, maybe design something on Replit or Emergent and then basically take it to their Codex or Claude code?
Yeah, sure thing, sure thing. So the thing with Replit and Emergent is these platforms are designed for the people who are not that much technical. They don't want to get into the technical stuff and they want the things to get done. Okay. So the thing you experienced and you guys experienced with Emergent is it is good with design. Why? Because it has those skills and guidelines for the because as they have designed it for the people who are not that much technical, but they can think of great things and you do thinking according to their business needs and design accordingly. That's why Emergent works better for those people when you because but they this is expensive because they charge for everything and you have to buy a token. We have spent hundreds of dollars on that, I think. But the thing is, when you want to migrate to Codex or Anthropic, Claude, things like that, they are a little technical. You have to do a local setup, set up GitHub, manage Gits, manage deployments, DNS setup, everything like that, domains, everything like that. So that is a bit technical, but with Emergent, that gap is not there. So it is very easy for people to build on that. And then again, it is all about skills. If you have skills defined there, as Jonathan and Umar have already discussed in previous sessions too, if you have those skills with you, are according to your need, the design will be perfect. Doesn't matter the setup. You just have either it's Emergent or Replit or your own local setup on ChatGPT, Codex, or Anthropic's Claude. Doesn't matter. The thing is, the thing is how you provide the specific tools and skills to the agent so that it understands your business, it understands your needs, and then it acts accordingly. That's the thing. That's why our one-shot prompt uh, is working so well. That's the whole thing. That's why it works because it understands what your business is, it understands what you are trying to do, and then it works accordingly. So when
Yeah,
you build
exactly.
on Replit and Emergent, uh, or any other platform, the main thing is you give him all the data required, all the business needs. If you say, okay, just make it better, agent will do whatever he thinks is better. But you have to explain what is better, what you are thinking, how you want it to look, the color scheme, the assets, how you want it. And if you explain it correctly and provide the necessary tools to the agent, they are really good on that.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So that's a great base right there. And obviously, like for those of you that start to experience it more, like right now, like what we're doing, what I'm currently doing is I will design some stuff through Emergent as a one shot. And then I will, go put it on GitHub, and then now take it over there. And the crazy part about it is like I didn't realize this, and Zane, I don't know if you've seen this, but the platforms are having trouble because now they have figured out that like a lot of people, like for example, us, we're considered like power users inside of Replit and Emergent. Emergent even try to get us on a bunch of calls. I don't know, Umair, I don't know like if you've seen that coming in Zane, but they've been trying to get, they're like, oh, you're a power user. Let us get on a call. Let's do it. They know that like we're the type of people that to finally go, and they probably see us hooking up to GitHub, and they probably know that we're taking the projects off of there. So much so that they have a new, let me show you guys something that's happening in Replit right now. Zane, I don't know if you saw this, and Umair, I know I was telling you about this. They have a free mode now. So I know that the reason that they're doing this, you see this, look, free, always uses free models. So they know that people like us are basically now going off these platforms because they're far too expensive. You know, like I love the Replit. The thing is with Replit is amazing because you can have like I would have multitude of agents working simultaneously side by side. So when it comes to the development, feature additions, working on many different things, it's super amazing. Like I like it way more than using Codex because now I'm using mostly Codex to do my stuff. But it also just doesn't have the design factor that Emergent does, right? So like that's what I want you guys to kind of like think about, like because with that, if you add your stuff to Emergent, then you could go ahead and put it on GitHub, then you could start coding the rest. But maybe for some really good design stuff, you can actually use Emergent, right? The real designers are obviously like when we have our higher end clients, like we basically are using like Figma and different things like that, right, Umair? Like what is it that like mostly like when we do the higher end design stuff, what is it that we're doing exactly?
Yeah, we normally use Figma. Yeah, and some of the stuff is also done in Photoshop, but yeah, the whole world is shifting to Figma and also
Yeah.
Canva. Some of it is also on Canva.
Yeah, exactly. So the thing is like what we're doing, I'll show this to you guys. We're actually having a workshop this weekend on how to build your own site. So we built something new, which actually is what I'm going to enter into the contest. So we did something called the one-shot prompt. We're probably going to piss off a bunch of agencies, but basically, for $99, there's a new product that we're launching. So for $99, we're going to allow people to get our master prompt that we have with our like 5 and 10K clients. And then they are basically going to get the prompt. They're going to answer a bunch of questions and they're going to go into Emergent. Yes, they can use all these other platforms, but Emergent's the one that we're telling people to do. And this was not possible before. And I'll show you guys something really quick too. So you see this video of me here? Hey guys, welcome to the one shot. So you see, you could probably tell the background is fake, right? But can you tell that prompt website engine? Me wearing that suit, you guys think that's real? What do you guys think? You think me wearing the suit is me real? Does it look real? So I want to welcome you guys here because if you landed on here, there's a good guys, that was me wearing gym clothes outside in my yard. Okay. So I was able to take this video, give it to C Dance 2.5, and then do it. But you see, like all the things that we're able to do now has completely accelerated big time. So I'll explain to you guys at the end because we're gonna have this workshop this weekend for any of you guys that want to attend. It's going to be for people that want to create an offer page, web page, whatever it is, and using our master prompt system, which the copywriting by itself is worth thousands of dollars. Just the copywriting, because we've been working on it for a while. So I'll be showing you guys at the very end, but that's this weekend at 11 a.m. EST, just to give you guys an idea. So any of you guys that want web page, offer, whatever, I'll show it to you later. But anyways, so what I'm going to be doing currently, and maybe we could go through you guys really quickly to see if you have any ideas, and maybe we can help you ideate to get your idea out there. Mostly, this is obviously going to be app building. Let's go see what Kevin O'Leary says here. So let me read this for you guys, okay? So obviously, I don't know if you guys know, they're now a unicorn. Emergent is a unicorn. They raised. Umair, how much did they raise? Like $120 million? Like they just raised like a ton of money. So like they're obviously doing all kinds of crazy incentives, and you guys have to take advantage of this. Okay, for example, like we did this too. This is why it's important for you guys to come on these calls. Like we had people that literally Replit had a 24-hour totally free. Like we were building like I was building like 5 or 6 sites at the same time on ultra mode. And like literally, I probably spent $5,000 or $6,000 in tokens for free. Okay, so like you have to take advantage of these companies doing it. If you're a startup founder, if you have a business, if you're doing these things, it's good to take part in these type of contests because like first of all, it gives you a reason. Okay, number one, gives you a reason to go build something. Number two, there's incentives behind it. Number three, what do? You go much faster. So it's like being a startup or being a founder in today's day and age, it's about speed and iteration speed. So if you could find reasons to go faster to build, you're going to do substantially more, right? The reason I build so freaking fast is like I always find reasons to move significantly faster, or I put timelines in place. You know, like for example, like we have our one-shot prompt workshop this weekend. Why did I do the workshop this weekend? And then basically charging collective members the same that it would be for that for my time is because it forces me to make sure the product is working way more. I want to get a bunch of testimonials because I want to go digital. Like I don't care so much about doing an actual workshop because it's for our time that it's spent, it's not really worth it at the end of the day. But the reason I'm doing it is so I could get more testimonials and I'm going to run ads directly to it where I could potentially sell thousands of these one-shot prompts. Does that make sense? You know, like to give you guys like always have a reason behind it, right? So let's go through this really quick. So 100K Builder Fest Challenge, you know, they're no longer calling it like hackathons because they want other people to do it. So a lot of people are using the Buildathon thing. It's a $100,000 contest with Kevin earlier. Open a builders worldwide. Solve one real business problem on Emergent. No code. Free to enter. Okay. So I sent the link. Let me send it one more time inside here. I did send the link. So let me go ahead and put it inside here one more time for those of you that just hopped in so that you see it inside here. Let's see what else. Okay. So you'll be able to join here. Here goes the details. Okay. So the submissions close on the 31st. Okay. There'll be a top 100 and a top 10 announced on the 17th. I don't know why they're waiting so long for that, but you know, it is what it is. And then they'll have a finale on the 24th. Let me see what dates those are. Next month, let me see. 17 will be third. It'll actually be Thursday, which is cool. And the 24th, which is actually on the day of our Vibe Coding Madness. So I don't know if it'll be like early because they are in India. So I don't know if they're going to be in India time, which will be great because we'll be able to know like what ended up happening. Okay, so here goes the prize pool. $50,000 for first prize. We have second prize for $20,000. Third place, 10 grand. $1,000 each for to 10th, you know, $500. And then we have 25 through 100 bucks. Right. So I mean, you know, hopefully, you know, obviously at the end of the day, oh, wait a sec, what does that say there? Standard plan reward. Okay, and then you get a plan reward, right? Like basically you get free 1 year, whatever it is. But it's cool because now there's 100. So like our chances of potentially someone from here being able to win something would be amazing. Okay, so I'm not gonna say that we're gonna finish doing an app, but what we're doing today is to kick you guys off into creating something. So what I would like to do really quickly is maybe go through with you guys if you have an idea for the buildathon, or if there's something that you've been wanting to build. If you don't, I could quickly, you know, me, Umair, Zane, anyone else can basically say like, hey, here's an idea of what you can do. And it can be based around your business. Like, be mindful, like, use this time as an advantage. I am going to build, as I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to build something based on our one-shot prompt because I'm super gun-ho on scaling the fuck out of this product. So how am I going to scale the fuck out of this product? I got to come up with more ways of giving significant value, figuring out distribution, having the viral effect, and how do I do more of that? And here's the thing. Because we could build so quickly, you could do more and more of these. But once you hit on one of these type of, let's say, viral products, for example, if you guys know Cal AI, you know, how old was that kid, Umair, when he started doing this? So he was like, was he like 17 years old? Like, how old was the Cal AI guy?
I don't exactly know his page.
Yeah, the Cal AI guy in scaling his AI app. Okay, so we'll find out really quickly. But this guy, all he did is figure out a way, and he figured out something that goes hard as hell, which is he figured out to make super sexy pictures that influencers would want to do. So like the app doesn't even work 100%. Okay. Okay, check this out. Look at this. He sold, check this out. Okay. At 18 years old, okay, for you guys to understand, you guys are slow stepping. I'm slow stepping. We're all slow stepping on this whole entire thing. He's 18 years old. He's generating $30 million annually. Okay, he started at 17 years old. Okay, in 6 months, it was making $1 million a month while he was still 17 years old. Okay, and all he did, it wasn't even that great of an app, but he did a viral effect. He made it very easy. It was very aesthetically pleasing. Okay, and that was something that you could probably build in this buildathon that we're about to do right now. Okay, just to understand. And then he sold it to MyFitnessPal at 18, 19. This kid is swimming in money right now, and he's still not even 20 years old. Like crazy. Okay. Like just think about that really quickly. Okay, guys. All right. Okay. So, anyways, there's the how to enter. We're going to go ahead. We're going to deploy. All right. So, let's go through really quickly with some ideas for you guys to be able to launch something out. Umair, do you want to start? Is there anything that you've been thinking? Are you wanting to enter? Are you going to just play around maybe with the one that I'm going to create, which I don't even think you know yet what I'm going to create? What do you plan on entering, or do you want to play with me and then we just use the same account to build this thing out? Or you want to hear my idea?
Uh, not, I'll listen to your idea first, and then I have a couple of things at the back of my head which I have been planning on building. But yeah, I think if time permits, then of course I'm definitely gonna. And then if your idea and my ideas are either a huge clash or too far apart, then we can work on both simultaneously.
Okay,
So
do
I'm
you want to throw one of your ideas out now, or
You
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 want to
you
hear?
go ahead first. You go ahead first.
Okay, I mean, okay, so what I'm doing is just to show you guys. So we have our new product, the one-shot prompt. Let me show you guys. I did another version. So one of the things that I really wanted to do, and me and Umair actually already discussed this, and we don't think it's a good idea, but to build something kind of crazy. So this is another version that I made. So check this out, guys. I'm literally, just so you guys know, back in the days, split testing, you would split test different ad creatives, and then if you had to split test the page, it was hard to make a lot of changes. You'd make small changes. Look at this. I was able to come up with, just to show you guys right here, I just came up with a secondary page, okay, for the one-shot prompt, okay? The website they've been waiting for, this freaking good-looking white dude, badass website in his background. I'm spinning up pages to split test through ads. Like I'm spinning up what it is, and this is a short version, hence V2 short. So when you come in here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be running ads for people that want to build websites for $99. Why would I even do this for $99? Is because now I'm like, I'm going to piss off a bunch of agencies, going to piss off all the web developers. Shit, it's even like, why am I doing that when we actually sell websites 5, 10, up to 25, $50,000? It's also a lead magnet for us, just for you guys to understand. But also, we can sell thousands of these, tens of thousands of these. So I can actually split test when people land on the page. I could have them split test. So the one thing that I don't like about this system, and this is why we're actually doing the webinar this weekend and taking people through it. We're learning more on its user behavior. What do they like? What do they not like? Is basically that they can't build it on our platform. Okay. So what I want to do, Umair, and then we spoke about this already, is I want to create a mini Replit, mini Replit, mini Emergent that is literally going to be like the one-shot prompt, builder. So that's what I'm going to be building. Okay, just to give you guys an idea, because I want to take this product further. Here's like a bunch of the testimonials that we had. Actually, I think we have Rianne in here. Rianne, are you there, by the way? It's good to see you inside here.
Yeah, I'm
What's up?
here.
What's up? How you doing? How are you?
Good, good, good.
Amazing, amazing. So real quick, you went through our one-shot prompt thing, right? Like how was your, or at least you using Emergent and me giving you context, right? I don't know if you went through the one-shot prompt stuff that I was telling you about, but like how was it? How did it level up your website?
No, I think I just went through whatever you tell me and then I put it in Emergent and it works like magic.
Or it's like magic, right? So imagine like now what I'm gonna do is like imagine now you could take your business, whatever it is, as much information. Maybe we'll send a prompt to put it into your Claude or into your ChatGPT, ask you questions. You put the prompt in, it gives you a crazy prompt, but you could build it yourself. So that's what I'm going to be building. Okay, just to give you guys an idea, that's what I'll be building. I know, Mara, you said it was too audacious, but this I think I want to build a very MVP version. And what I'm going to do then is I'm going to go to Emergent and like I also think that we could potentially be acquired for this. Like again, of course it's a long shot. Of course it's a long shot, but I think like Replit or these other companies, if we get sufficient users, we could be acquired by one of these companies very quickly, and that can happen very fast. Okay, obviously it's a very audacious endeavor, and whether it works or not, we don't know yet. But that's my thoughts on it. All right, so let's go through everyone really quickly. I wanna just see what ideas you guys have. So let's go to Kenton. Kenton, were you here to listen to what we're doing here today? And then do you have anything that you potentially want to build for this 100K build-a-thon?
I just heard about it, brother. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've been working on an app in the background for about 3 months, and I saw this, thought, maybe it would be kind of sophisticated way to bring something like that in. I don't know. So I'm just curious.
Yeah, so I'll give you perspective. The reason I'm going to call on you guys, if you don't have something to build, that's fine. But I'm just going to give you guys context. So what I just said now, it's like, for example, I already have a product, the one-shot prompt. Okay, it would be better because we have to use Emergent, Replit, Codex, Claude Code. Amazing offer. I'm doing the Hermosi model, giving so much value that it's like ridiculous people not to do it for, especially someone that needs a website or they need an offer page. But the missing component is an actual builder. So I personally am going to stack on top of what I've already built. We've already sold these. I'm literally going to do the builder itself. Whether how advanced it is, will time will tell. So I'm stacking it on top. So Kenton, if you have a specific product, if you could think of something that you can build, for example, lead magnet. Oh, let me show you guys something else. Okay, so we have a lead magnet. Let me show you guys. You could do this too. This is actually a great thing that you could do. So lead magnets are killer. Okay, so this is something that you could build in the hackathon too. Okay, so check this out. Who has a website really quickly? Who has a website they want to put through our scanner real quick? Who has a website? Put it in the chat. Whoever has a website, you want to get scanned, okay? And you want to see what it does. So people land on this to basically get their website scanned so that they can basically now know about their site, which works as a lead magnet. Okay, Rand, what's your website? Can you put your website in the chat? Do you mind putting it in there? Okay,
Kenton,
all right, I'll do yours too, Kenton.
Yeah, Kenton's got like curehealth.io.
Okay, I'll put that one in there too. I'll put that one there. Let me do actually Kenton's first since he put his there first, and then I'll do yours. So this is something that we built. This is something similar to what you guys could do. So this is a lead magnet. And what we did is we're going to run ads to the lead magnet, and then people are your website's leading conversions, right? So what does it mean? And then you see as here, I built this little thing. It's pretty cool. So let's go ahead and scan his website. Okay, so check what I did. Okay, so it's opening the website. Obviously, this is taking, it probably already scanned everything, but I make it go a little bit slower and I'm selling people on the way in. Give people a reason to care, right? Make the promise believable, blah, 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 blah. Make actions feel obvious. Okay, right? So I do it on purpose. So now we found three major lead conversions, right? Your weakest signal, proof and trust. Kenton, go ahead and give me your email and give me your email address really quick if you don't mind. And then it's gonna send you the whole report. And then Satori, scanning competition websites to aspire. Yeah, of course. Yeah, Satori, that's a great one. There you go. That's a great version, right? Satori saying what about scanning a competition or websites to aspire to be like? That's amazing. 100%. Of course you could do that. Okay, so check this out. So obviously I get them in the door as a lead magnet. Now they're like, holy shit, my weakest signal is proof and trust. Okay, you're missing that component. Okay, you add this here. I'm going to put you on the email list, Kenton. Hopefully you're okay with that. Let's go
Oh,
over
good,
here.
man. Let's do it.
Okay, so basically you have a 73 out of 100, which is pretty good, actually. Pretty good. That's actually pretty good. So let's show you what's going. You open your full report. Here's what you need. You need proof and trust. Design, architecture, and technical fundamentals are there. And then obviously your message clarity, right? So your diagnosis is done. Boom. It tells them we're trying to upsell the people that go into this. And then it kind of shows you where you can use your help. Okay, what we observed. So you have all this. You could read the full diagnostics on each one of these. So Kenton, you were already sent this. So you see, we're delivering value, value, value. Like, holy shit, my site needs this, whatever. And then basically what you could do today do this first to get your site going. Here's the leaks, how to fix them. We show them testimonials, how your site could do better. We show them proof or what it can actually do to your site. You scan it, and guess what? Now they're being sold, right? So like that's kind of like what we did here. So if you guys want to do that, you can do that also. Okay, so what if you need a whole new design and a blog section as well as postings, a new web design? Yeah, yeah. So just so you know, Satori, that's literally what we do with the $99 thing, right? But I'm just showing you guys an example, but you guys get to see this new product that we created from scratch. Like Umair, when did we start building this product? Like how long has it been that we've been building the one-shot prompt now?
I don't exactly remember, but not that long. I think now that we have built it, we build it super fast. Like, we have been trying to build it, I don't know, for a long period of time. But yeah,
No, but
it's
like
just
the actual build, what, like 2 weeks,
build.
right?
Yeah,
Like how long has
yeah,
it been? Like 2 weeks?
1.5, 2 weeks max.
Like yeah, like 10 days, 10 to 14 days, like this entire product line. If you guys see the whole thing, it's gonna blow your fucking minds. We have literally ads running right now that were built also by the goblins. So anyways, yes, this is something that you could potentially do here, etc. But come up with the ideas. Okay, so Kenton, for you, any ideas pop up for you? Well, sorry, I'm gonna go a little bit faster because like we will probably go an hour and a half today, but I can't go past an hour and a half because I have a meeting after. So we have only an hour, less than an hour left. So any ideas on what you want to build, Kenton?
So just based upon what you just showed me, is it possible to take that information and do like landing pages or funnels? Like what's possible here? Because yes, how
Yeah,
many?
yeah. So just to give you pretend that you landed on our page, you did this. You can either pay us $99 or you could literally go copy and paste. So if you could literally go copy and paste. You'd have to go through each one of these diagnostics and then go have AI do it. Just go have AI do it. I mean, it won't do it like the way it would do for us through our system, but you can literally go do it. So we just gave you so much. The reason we do this too, guys, is like the more value that we give others, Hermosi model again, just think Hermosi, you basically are doing it. But I'm talking about the contest right now. So is there any way that through the contest yourself, do you have anything that you want to build or no ideas yet? And you kind of want to just watch?
Don't even know what the contest is until you just said it about 10 minutes ago, bro. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it's okay. It's
I
okay.
mean,
Look,
yeah,
you'll see us do it. Yeah,
we
you'll
just
see.
bought a brand new wellness center downtown LA. So yeah, I want to build a whole platform around how I get an app built that brings people together on a wellness level. I mean, there's so many people looking at
There we go.
biohacking, longevity, and all these different things, but nobody's connected on actual systems. So our bright idea was, what is there a way? What could we use that would connect people that hasn't been done yet? I don't know if this is a good idea or bad idea, but it's
No,
just something
dude,
to be
that's
thinking
there
about.
goes an idea. There goes an idea. Look, take advantage of the emergent thing, and then if you are serious about building it, like, look, if you have time, sure, this is just a fun endeavor. Me, like, I like to have fun, and I like to build something that's useful for what I'm doing, especially if
Yeah,
I'm excited about something. So,
yeah,
like,
for
if
sure.
if this is important to you, start with that. Start ideating on that really quick,
Okay.
Kenton. All right, so let's go to Rianne. So I know that you have your Podium site. Is there for your Podium stuff? Do you have an idea of anything you want to build or something you could stack on top of it or any ideas? If you're there, Rianne?
Yeah, yeah, I'm here. I just thought about this idea. It's like somebody could like, upvote system, they could like vote on who's gonna win the race, the big names.
Oh, so like a betting pool.
Yeah, but there's no money involved. It's just for fun.
Okay, so this is my suggestion. I'm gonna run through this because like me, I can ideate very quickly on any idea. So my suggestion is that you build a plugin, okay, which is a separate app just for that. Then what you
Yeah.
could do is you could put it into Podium. So you should be like, hey, and then you're gonna have to ideate with your ChatGPT as much as you can. I'll show you. You'll see how I'm about to do it right now in a little bit. But you want to create something that is a separate app that is betting on, and like there's a point system, maybe there's prizes, but no money included because obviously you have regulation and everything. And then based on that ideation that you do with Claude or ChatGPT, then you can have it just like I have, for example, how I have the website scanner. So theoretically, the website scanner is another product that guess what? It funnels into the one-shot prompt. Does that make sense? So you could do something very similar where now this is your lead magnet to be able to get people into your app. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay, perfect. All right, so ideate on that one really quickly. All right, Alicia, is there anything you want to potentially build for the Buildathon? Or are you just here chilling? If you're there, Alicia, from Brazil. Okay, Alicia's on mute. Maybe we'll come back later. Andrew, is there anything you're thinking about building? I know you came a little bit later in, but basically we have a build-a-thon. Is there anything that you're thinking about building to enter into this contest? Andrew?
I'm driving right now and I'm going to Burning Man tomorrow, so I don't really
Oh,
have time to
damn.
build anything.
Wow, congratulations. Freaking Burning Man. Damn, a bunch
Yeah.
of my friends are going to Burning Man right now. Freaking
But
A.
I did set up Claude created an API, so I'm bringing my recording device so that all my downloads I can just speak to this and then it all goes into my second brain in Obsidian. So at least I
Nice.
can feel like things are moving even though I
Yeah,
won't be
yeah.
at my computer.
Dude, maybe just use that time to get hella clear on where you're going direction-wise. That's what I would be doing. I'd be like, yo, what the hell am I doing with my life right now?
Yeah, so I do have a very huge thing that I am building right now. I built out this, it creates a soul blueprint of your digital essence. And then I use this to support people in well-being, essentially. So I'm getting into custom meditations for people based on who they are. And so this is kind of the big thing I've been working
Nice.
on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Congrats, man. You're gonna have fun. You're gonna have fun over there. Sarah Peterson is going there. One of
Yep,
my other
yep.
friends. What's her name? I don't know if you know her. What's her freaking name? She's gonna be teaching at Burning Man. Elizabeth Ramirez. I don't know if you know her. She's gonna be there too. Bunch
Oh,
of people.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
bunch of people.
There
Yeah,
you
yeah.
go.
Oh, there's gonna be
Yeah,
some dope people. It's gonna be fun, brother. Enjoy yourself.
for
Enjoy.
sure. Thanks.
Yeah. All right, cool. Let's give it over to Christopher Kramer. I know you came in a little late. Do you even know what we're talking about? Do you have any ideas on something you want to build? Christopher Kramer.
Yeah. I think I was just ideating on what to build for Burning Man.
Nice. Are you going to Burning Man too, or you know it's big? So what can you build
I'm
for
not
them?
I'm not going, but finding out so many people are heading to Burning Man, it's like I was just grokking with the GPT about, hey, what app could you build for the Burning Man event?
Dude, that's actually very genius. That if you build something for the people ground floor, that is huge.
So
Like
so
that
here
is huge.
here's what it came up with.
Oh,
SOS.
what is
Burning
it?
Man. That's what it came with.
What it
Oh, you
I
lost,
didn't
Not
hear what you
not
said.
lost, you give it
not
5 10 seconds.
emergency SOS, but they called it burner SOS, and it's the lost and found for the Burning Man event.
Dude, that is genius. Dude,
So
that is
I'm
genius.
not taking credit for it. I was just ideating with the GPT did it. So,
Dude, I
but
think
hey,
that's buildable. All right,
we
you
we
got
could build it. We could build it in an hour.
dude, definitely. I suggest you go live with that because I'm sure I can't even imagine how many people lose stuff at Burning Man
Yeah.
with all the
Yeah,
drugs
so
that they're on.
so so I've noticed like 5 times more apps this year that have come about naturally because of the ease of it. And one of them that was interesting is you get a unique code assigned to you, and with no GPS, you can find your friends.
Insane. Insane. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. Like what? You probably lose people too, right?
Sometimes on purpose.
You're like, damn it, I don't want them to know where I'm at. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. That's cool. All right, Chris, that's a great one. I like it. Christopher Cesaro, do you have any ideas? I already have an idea for Christopher Cesaro, but do you have any ideas? I know you're coming. Actually, Chris is coming this weekend to build out, I believe, like his landing page. Cesaro, are you there? Are you available? Are you working? Or maybe Chris is not available at the moment. All right, Franny, what's going on? Are you there by any chance? Is there anything you're thinking about building potentially?
Yes, I'm here. There's nothing at the moment for
Okay,
the contest.
okay. And you'll be coming this weekend on Saturday also,
Yes,
right? To
yes, I'll
build
be
your
there
stuff?
this Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing. Okay, cool. All right, let's go to Georgetta. Are you building anything or are you just here bystanding? which is okay, by the way. You could buy stand too, guys. Like, just being on these calls, even if it's just to listen, like one idea could spark something big. So do we have over there? Okay. Let's go to Sam Yanover. Are you building anything? Any ideas? Mr. Sam Yanover, if you're there. Sorry, I know some of you guys are on mute and maybe you can't talk, or sometimes you can't get yourself off mute. All right, Satori, what about you? Are you thinking about building anything? If you're there, Satori. Miss Satori.
Yeah, hi. So I don't know, I'm thinking off the top of my head. Um, there's two different verticals. One could be a travel, kind of like a new way to create a new travel vlog where you attach affiliate links for travel for planes and destinations. So that's one. Because my background was like editor-in-chief of a luxury magazine, so I'm seeing the opportunities people want to travel. But that's not necessarily groundbreaking. It's just, something that's already been done before, but taking it into kind of a more experiential online experience without giving all of it away. But that's kind of one thought. And then the
So,
other
so can I
thought,
give you so can I give you some advice on how you could potentially take it to another level so that it could be award winning, or you can actually enter into the Buildathon for it and build something that maybe you can obviously use. So
Mhm,
what I would do is I would even talk to, whether you're using Claude or ChatGPT and be like, hey, this is what I want to build.
mhm,
Here is the benefit. Here is my background. Give
mhm,
me 5 killer ideas that could possibly help me win a $100,000 emergent hackathon,
mhm,
buildathon, whatever you want to call it, and
mhm.
ideate with it. And then you may just come up with an idea that is groundbreaking that could be very viral.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, originally I had talked to the person that created like a 360 site. This is many years ago for Taylor Swift. And they were so like in love with it. It was like millions of dollars. And they were like, oh my God, we will like skin it and give it to you to do this idea. So
Mm,
I've just been sitting on the idea for a while, but I still see the opportunity for it. But something that can just be more helpful. Kevin obviously has lots of different products. So I was thinking
hmm,
something that's needed in the market is there's a lot of pets, adoptions, shelters, dogs, cats, whatever, but there's no universal system to be able to help log all of the cats or dogs or pets or whatever that are in the system in the entire US. And then to be able to basically align all the different brands that are throwing stuff away, but create a better pipeline to be able to help all the local shelters. Because, for example, I know this is way in the weeds, but the ASPCA, people would donate, but they only actually give 2% of their money to all the local shelters. So local shelters are always floundering. There's way more to this, but I see the opportunities connecting a lot of different brands, individuals, and people that already want to do it and that can do tax write-offs, et cetera, et cetera. So I see this as a solution that's really needed in the market and
hmm,
that could be kind of different. That could also align with some of Kevin's brands and things that he already has in his own pipeline. So
hmm.
it's creating a solution I think that is needed that will also help with the euthanasia rates. And
Oof, yeah.
um, I could go on, but I know a lot about it and I've put it together. I just haven't built it. So I think
Well, I
it's
mean,
needed.
here's the reality. If you want to build something, like there's always tomorrow, but the best day to start is like today, right? So like if you can think of something that you can at least get started with, but you have to be
Mhm.
obviously willing to get it done, because just because you could build anything, if you have time for
Sure.
hobbies, sure. But it's like I
Mhm.
think it's important to build things that, either that you like and that can
Mhm.
can be advantageous, and you have an
Mhm.
opportunity to do that today. So if you want to make a decision, today's a good day to begin, right? To at least begin. Okay,
Do you see
awesome.
that as do you see that as something that your website builder could help create, let alone the other one that you had that could basically
I mean,
help
our
help
website
connect all the
builder,
brands?
the reason that I've picked this and only
Mhm.
charging $99, and then
Yeah.
we this weekend, by the way, is $200, but you guys on the call will get $100 off. It'll be
Mhm.
$99 and we'll take you through it. The reason that I picked this as a product is because every single person needs this. So every person needs to have a better website with better copy that sells, converts, has a story. Secondly, has a good design. And then everyone needs an offer page. Okay. So, obviously for me, it's an extremely valuable thing. So yes, we can help you with that. And you can do like both things. So I would say definitely attend this weekend, Satori. I think it would be very cool because you can build anything. You just have to get clear on what you're building. Like Chris, at first he didn't know like what he was building, and then he figured out, okay, he's going to do something like me and him ideated on him building something where he's going to help like people do podcast studios and everything like that. You just got to have like something that's going to be killer. So
Okay, thank you.
awesome. All right, so who are we missing? Zane, are you going to build anything? I know Zane's working together with us. If you guys don't know Zane is he's our head developer and one of our partners with our orb and our different projects. Zane, are you building anything, or are you just sticking on board with all the stuff that you're already building? Are you going to try anything out?
I'm building a lot of things, man, currently.
He's like, I'm building
I'm
too much.
already building a lot of things.
We're building so much stuff right now, guys. It's not even funny. Like the amount of things that we're building, like it's crazy because like I'm a crazy builder, Umair's a crazy builder, and then we brought on board Zane, which is another crazy builder. So we're working on so many projects. Like this would never be possible without like the crazy stuff that we could work on. So yeah, Zane's like, let me stick to what I'm doing. If you get any ideas on stacks that we could do. But anyways, I'll be building based on one of the main products that we're building right now, which is the one-shot prompt. And then I think we have Mohammed. Mohammed, are you building anything? Are you thinking about building anything? If you're there.
No, currently I'm here to learn from you.
Okay. Cool. Well, good to have you, brother. Good to have you. Okay.
Thank you.
Perfect. All right. Let's see. Satori says, what are some of the best ideas you have heard people are working on? I mean, the thing is, there's a ton of good ideas, like there's a ton of good ideas. Like obviously, anything that can solve a real world problem that has virality effect, I think is like a key component. And you have to kind of be like passionate about it. So the reason that like, for example, the one-shot prompt, like I'm passionate about like something I've been talking about for the last like 2-3 years is that you'll be able to build a company with a prompt, right? So like I'm very passionate about building the future with just ideation. Like how can I just ideate and then I can turn an idea into a reality very quickly. So like everything I do, even the product that we have, our main product, which is not the one-shot prompt. This is just our temporary main product, but our main product that has a long-term vision is the orb with our living websites and Jarvis, which is basically like Jarvix, we call it, because we don't want to copy Jarvis, copyright and everything like that. But basically that will in the future run companies. So we're launching all these companies, all these things, and we're going to have one of the most advanced, sophisticated AI systems that will run the companies for us. And that is our road to 200. We're going to have 200 apps, micro SaaSes, and everything. So that is literally going to do that. Okay. So like, think about that really quickly, Satori. That gives you an idea of like what is possible with that. Okay. All right. And just think of those type of things. All right. So let me take you guys through this. Can you guys see my screen, my Codex account right now?
No, we see one shot.
Okay. Hold on. Sorry. I have to share this in a different manner. Hold on. Okay. All right. You guys can see it now. Okay. So I'm just going to take you through a way that you guys could actually do the build also. So here's the thing with what we're about to do. I have already done a lot of the hard work with the one-shot prompt. And we use, for clarity, we used our exact system that we give others for ourselves to sell. So I've already done the hard work. I've already come up with like the business model, what it does. It's missing a builder. So now that I'm in Codex right now, I'm going to just show you guys. So you see right down here, I have full access. I'm probably not going to use extra high. So let's go to like medium. I'm going to use Soul, obviously. And I'm going to give it context right now, what I want to do. Okay. So watch how I do this. So it already has context. It already has my one-shot prompt stuff. It already has visual assets. So I'm going to ask it for a little bit more. You could start from scratch though, yourself. So let me show you what I'm going to say right now. Okay. All right, so Emergent is having $100,000 hackathon right now. Buildathon if you want. And I would like to participate and be one of the top 10, top 100 people that go in there. Since we've already been building out the one-shot prompt, which is an incredible offer for business owners to be able to have their website, their offers, what I would like to do, there's one missing component that we have, but I don't want to go build a Replit, an Emergent, a Lovable because it's far too much work, especially it's gonna be too expensive inside of Emergent. So what I would like to do is to figure out how to now build the builder inside of Emergent, at least the initial stages, the simplistic way to have the sexiest site possible. That gives them very easy options on how it could be cinematic, movie-like, Hollywood-like, luxury, moving components, highly technological, let's say using parallax, the different components, and then asking them, depending on who they are, it asks them a series of different questions. You already have my 42 questions on what we ask founders on what they need to do. Okay, then simultaneously, we have our master prompt that goes into play right now. It's more made for like selling, converting, getting a story across. Maybe for now, let's come up with 3 different versions of that they could select. So they come onto the platform, they begin the build, they answer these questions. They can also get a one shot or a copy of a prompt to go into their ChatGPT or their Claude. Then from there, it would return the prompt, which then would be put into the system. Let's have also that there could be like a concierge that asks questions to them. So if they don't know what the hell they're doing, basically it just takes them through it and they can answer the questions to the best of their ability. So we're simplifying the process as much as possible. And then I want to be able to use Fable 5. Okay, I guess Soul High. Let's see what else is a good one. Kimmy K3 as the 3 options on how to build the very initial stages. So in the very beginning, I always wanted to use one of these high-level models. And then once they go to changing, so the builder must allow them to change everything that is necessary inside the site itself. And it uses a lower tier model. One of the problems with a lot of the companies now is that they don't tell you when you should change the model. It just goes ahead and it uses whatever model you want. I want it to be intuitive where it knows how to segment it to highly creative, very good designs needs to be Fable 5. If it's using something that is going to be very small little changes and they're just changing text or changing something around, it should use Luna, medium or high, something from ChatGPT. So I want it to be self-aware of the questions that are being asked and automatically do it, but it gives them the option to do it too. But here's the thing. It has to be very simple for now that it's only offer pages, just single landing pages. What else? Single website pages. And then I wanted to create this system very much like the way that Emergent does. So maybe you could do as much research as possible. Come back and bring me the exact prompt to put into Emergent. Okay, I'm going to stop right there just because it's getting a little long and I don't want it to not go through. Because if you go too long, it could have issues. So be careful with that, guys. The thing that I'm asking it right now. Oh, by the way, MB, I didn't ask you. Are you building something? Sorry about that. I missed you. MB, are you building anything or are you just here to learn and listen? If you're there, MB. By any chance? No? Okay. All right. So the reason that you guys hear me say you want to get a prompt, okay? So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get as much done as possible. So you see how much context I'm giving it. I'm literally rattling off from my head as much context as possible so that I can have a significant amount of build done to a degree that I don't have to do as much. Now, there is a skill, by the way, there's a guy that I love following. If you guys don't know him, his name is Matt Popak. I think it is Matt Popak or Pocock. Skills. Okay, so there's this guy right here. So this guy is a straight gangster. Okay, so you probably want to follow this guy. Let me see. Yeah, follow this guy. Look at this. He has 238,000 stars. He does have also like a thing that he talks about is about prototyping. So I'm probably going to add that component before we go deeper. So I'm going to add that as a potential skill. It doesn't go inside here, but did I add that skill? I may have added that skill. So let me see if I have it inside here. So I just shared his GitHub with you guys, by the way. Okay, so the other thing too that I want to use, I'm not sure if I added Matt Pocock's skill for prototyping. So we obviously kind of want to do prototyping, but we do need to have a functioning model of this. I just don't want to do too many things because I know an emergent is going to be quite expensive. And I don't want to spend $1,000 building this thing out right now. If anything, I'll later take it to Codex. But remember, we're trying to win a hackathon and at least have something functional that people will be very impressed with, especially business owners, especially entrepreneurs, especially startup founders, someone with a service. We're looking more for like the entrepreneurial side where we're making their lives easier and then where they can get this master prompt, put it inside, and then boom, it builds it all out for themselves. Basically one shot. So it's one shot prompt. We should try to have everything done to the highest degree in one shot with only minor changes thereafter. So with all this being said, go ahead and do some research and come back to me with the prompt that I'm going to be putting into Emergent itself. I'm very excited to do this. Oh, and give me the assets. So our best pictures, color scheme, logo, anything like that, bring that back also in a packet that I can put into Emergent so that it knows the direction that we're going in for that. And maybe we also put the websites in there too. All right. Thank you very much. All the ones existing, please go into all the other chats and get as much info as you need for this. Thank you. All right. Perfect. So you guys just saw basically what I just did. I gave massive amounts of context, right? So I gave massive amounts of context because the more context I can give it, and at least if you're using Soul, if you're using, like Opus 5, Fable 5 would be the best. It gets quite expensive. Also, like when I will use sometimes, guys, I will use Ultra. So extra high, I think is it even allowing me to use Ultra right now? Hold on. I wonder why it's not letting me to use Ultra. Sometimes it's so weird. Like sometimes it goes back and forth here, guys. It's so weird. I don't know why it's doing that. Hold on. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. So you can use Ultra. Ultra right here is just like if you guys want to go like ham, significantly more information and everything like that, but it's basically like the Ultra. Okay, so Satori said you want to see what you said. Show more, please. Satori, what more do you want to know?
Oh, I heard you, but I wanted to see what you actually said from the transcription. That was all.
Yeah. If you guys want, do you want me to copy here? I'll copy everything I just said right now.
Thanks.
So you can even take this prompt that I just did. And if you guys want to copy, I'm going to put it into the chat here. Hopefully it doesn't go too long. So I just put it into the chat. If you want to copy it and just be like, hey, can you help me put this type of context into what I'm building? Just be mindful, like the way that I do it also has context from what I've already been building with the one-shot prompt. So like I'm speaking to it in the manner of like whatever it is. So if you have spoken to your ChatGPT or your Claude a decent amount, then you're able to, go ahead and let's just say pull as much information of something that you may already have or the context that you may want to give it. So they usually are pretty smart. As long as you have like a paid account, even the $20 account, you should be able to do that. Okay. All right. So let's see what it says. Okay. I'm treating this as a hackathon package, not a loose prompt. I'll prototype skill to keep the MVP sharply bounded, research emergent, the name model options, mine your existing code tag, the stuff with the one-shot prompt, 42 questions, brand access. So see how it's like, it's getting things together to really understand like what it is that I'm trying to do. Right. So it's going through all the different skills. This is why it's important also, guys, to either you're using Claude Code or using Codex. A lot of people like to say that Codex is very and Claude Code is very, what do they say, very developer centric. I think that's incorrect. It kind of like it still works very, very much like ChatGPT, except if you see this right down here. I'm one of the crazy ones that gives unfeathered access to my computer. I wouldn't say this is for everybody. I'm a risk taker and I've like basically taken out sufficient things out of the way that on my actual computer that it won't do that. But if you guys don't have the desktop version, if you're using ChatGPT, use the desktop version of Codex basically and start using Codex instead. If you go to the desktop version, you'll see that there's a ChatGPT, right? You'll see the ChatGPT, so you can still use your ChatGPT. So in case you're like, what the hell is Codex? And then boom, you do Codex, but Codex is the same thing, except it could go and do things for you. Okay, so if you're not having it do things for you, you're definitely slow stepping. I'll give you an example. So if you see right here, it glitched out. I did it last minute. Okay. So I told it, I'm like, hey, go to my Vibe Coding Madness and put the information about what we're about to do. So let's say I don't even know what it came up with. Look at this. Look at this. Check this out. Check this out. Okay. It kind of messed up. Obviously, you got to double check the work, but check out what it did. Okay. It did it on its own. All I did is tell it to go do it. So, hey, we're about to do the $100,000 competition for 100 users. Check this out. It made this whole thing, put the banner. I did add this banner though when I asked for it to do it. So it said, build one real solution, pick the problem, build and publish, submit and share. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. So what actually wins? Check this out. This is even better than what I could have done, guys. Okay. So hold on. So what actually wins? Business impact and scale, problem solving. So just so you know, like what's going to actually win this contest. This gives you like a better idea of like what is possible here. So obviously what kind of business impact and scale it can have. Okay, use of Emergent. So let's see, how much is that percentage wise? Use of Emergent is, sorry, I've got about 15%. Okay, not bad. So how much did you use Emergent? Obviously like now it kind of tells me maybe I could potentially also use Codex also because it's going to get quite expensive, right? So you have to be very careful on how that's done. Again, like the way I like to do it is I like to create basically the beginning stages, maybe the prototyping, and then take it to Codex, which is something that, you know, we can teach you guys a little bit later. We'll be going through that on Saturday too. So there's problem solving, community upvotes. So that'd be cool if we could like upvote each other inside there too. And then obviously UI UX, so path to the prize. What else do we got? Okay. So this contest ends on the 31st, which is Monday. Okay, so basically that is giving you all the insights and everything of like what needs to happen there, which is like really cool, right? So bam. So basically here you're able to do all these things and it's really cool and it helps support you on everything that you're doing, okay? So let's go back to here. All right, so basically it's coming up with the MVP right now and everything like that. So now, is there any questions from any of you guys on something that you would like to build based off of what you just saw me do right now? Rianne, is there any questions that you have on like what you're potentially going to do here for your new kind of like mini app attached to what you're about to do?
I don't know if I want to build that. I don't know yet.
So you're not sold with that it might have like benefits to like your potential business and stuff like that right now.
Yeah, and like the virality that it can go, I'm not sure about that yet.
Didn't I give you an idea for virality for what I forgot what it was that I told you. I just remember it was a really good idea. Do you remember?
No, I'm not sure.
I remember what it was. Okay, so because just for context, guys, Rihanna is building the LinkedIn for sports. And I think this is a good one. This is something you could do. I would only do the beginning stages of it. But basically it is, and by the way, are you using ChatGPT or Claude, Rianne?
Both. Both.
You're using both? Do you have the paid version for any of them?
Yeah. For Claude is X-Men.
So, oh, you have Max Plan. Okay, so perfect. You use Claude Code. So what I would do is I already remember the idea and you not remembering this and this being your business is kind of crazy. And I'm remembering it for you. Basically, it's to find APIs to as many companies as possible or any that do reporting. Let's say that you find let's start with the top 5 companies and that you will run, I don't know, every time there's a big event, The day
Oh, you mean
after,
scraping?
yes,
Scrape.
scraping.
Yeah,
Yes.
I already have that.
Okay, so you do have it. So it's scraping all of those and it shows that information on your platform.
Yeah, I already have like all the athletes for High Rocks inside already. So right now I'm like kind of stuck with distribution, but at the same time I'm also working to get it to the App Store.
And you're working on getting into the App Store. Okay, because like that's a cool like addition 100%. I mean, I don't know if that could be something that you have as like a separate type product that you could put into Emergent and put it in, because like who knows, like people will also see it and stuff. So that's there goes a distribution strategy for you right there. Okay, like
Yeah.
you also have to find ways like how do you get it out to as many people as possible. And let's say that you become in the first 100, you could also say, hey, like we're also like on your site you could have a sticker that says, let's say you end up winning in the top 100, even if you're the one that got only $100, you're like, hey, we winners of the Emergent Buildathon with Kevin O'Leary. Boom, automatic trust. Does that make sense? So like you always want to think of different strategies that you could potentially use at the least amount of money being spent, least amount of work possible, and everything like that. Okay.
I got a
All
quick
right.
question about that with the Emergent. So we can actually build outside of Emergent, and we just have to build a piece of it with Emergent to actually enter the contest. Is that the framing?
So from what I'm seeing, I actually asked that question. Let me see. Let me go back. Okay, let's see. I asked that question. Okay, so here we go. Here's your answer. Yes, you can technically move the bill from Emergent to GitHub, improve Codex, Claude Code, pull it back to deploy there, and enter the contest. Based on the published rules, this does not appear to be express prohibited. However, there is one important gray area. Okay, so you must build the software using Emergent, submit a project, work an app through your Emergent project. They probably also want you to have it on there because obviously it's $20 a month. So they probably want you to have it, but you can always cancel it after Emergent like does their contest if you don't want to host it on there and spend the $20 a month. Okay, and it's only 15%. So yes, it says probably allow using Codex. Yes. So it's probably maybe there could be a risk attached to it, but me personally, like that's what I'm gonna do.
So you're building, obviously you built one shot in Codex, and then you're going to build another piece of it, and then are you actually exporting the entire export into the Emergent system?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Let me see if I can pull it up really quickly. I'll show you guys what it actually looks like really quick. Let me stop sharing my. Okay, there it goes. All right. Boom, boom, boom. All right, so I'll show you something. I was like building out a potential like hackathon for the hackerhouse.ai. So if you see, and I ran out of credits, so I got to buy credits. Okay, so you see this part right here. So push your code to GitHub. So if you don't have a GitHub account, I suggest getting a GitHub account. If you have a GitHub account, you could go ahead and press this, and then you're going to connect GitHub, and then you could do it from there. And then what you would do is you would have your Claude code. The cool thing about this, why Claude code and Codex are so powerful, is you could say, hey, go to my GitHub account. Here's the link. And let's go ahead and take this build that I did in Emergent. I put it up on GitHub. Now let's start building. And then you're building at significantly cheaper price. Satori, do you own your design? So for clarity, if you build on Emergent, it is your own. Okay, hence why we do it on there. It is still your own. You just don't have to continue to do the build with them. You know, like after the contest is done, you don't have to have it on there. You could just take your Claude code or something else like that. Okay. Even for the completion or the competition. For completing it, you could possibly do it in, I would do it in Codex or Claude code is the way I would do it. And then you would just have it inside there and make sure that you do begin. I would begin so they see that you began it on Emergent, and then simultaneously you're able to now do it, finish it in Claude code or inside of Codex. Right. I'm a fan of obviously Codex. You know, I know Zan's more of a Claude code guy, so it's like just preference. So I wouldn't say one is better than the other. I do think that Fable 5 does better designs. Like that's why I'm still doing some stuff easily. Like unless it's something super high level that we need to have. Like we're doing our living websites and we have a professional developer I mean, a professional designer that's helping us through Figma. That's like our high-end stuff. And if it's something I'm spinning up, I'll just do it through Emergent first. Okay. How many competitions have the fine print that they own it? If you enter, yeah, no, this one's not, from my knowledge. Hold on, let's ask just in case. We do get to own the app though, or any fine print. Or any fine. Let's double check. Yeah, it's a good question to ask. I'm pretty sure they don't do that, but let's double check, right? Just in case. All right. So while that's doing that, let's go back. Okay. Give me the packet and the prompt to add to Emergent. All right. I'm changing the model because I was using extra high. We don't want to use extra high right now. So. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to grab the prompt, and then from the prompt itself, and then the packet. So a packet, just for you guys to understand what a packet is just, let's say, images, logos, any information that you may have already had in another project, to take it somewhere else. Like it allows you to just put that packet and then be able to go into another platform and start using it. So if you're doing something also, even if you wanted to do Emergent, there's two ways. You can either just grab the packet and then take it to Claude Code or Codex, or you just use it in GitHub. That's like an easy way to do it. But obviously I'm trying to do everything brand new. So my thing right now is I want to do everything brand new going into Emergent. So at least the beginning stages of this, they're calling it the one-shot studio. I actually like that. So that'll just be like another component of what I'm doing for the one-shot prompt, right? Okay, so here we go. So here goes the prompt. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and let's select all, copy. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Here goes the packet. So let's go ahead. We're gonna have to download this puppy. I'm going to take this into downloads because that's a place that I can easily find it. All right, perfect. We're gonna go into Emergent now. Okay, I do have to buy credits. So hold on, actually, I do have my other site. So we have two accounts. Actually, no, we can stay in this account, buy credits. Let's get $20 just to begin. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Let's pay for this. So usually on Emergent, so you guys that know, and those of you that are attending on Saturday, we're basically, you see, there we go, we got it. There's also, hey, by the way, they're building in Indonesia, they're building in other places too. There's all kinds of contests that are happening inside there. So usually it'll probably take around, so you can see now I have 97 credits. So it usually will take about, a smaller build is like 10 credits, a larger build like a one-shot prompt can go up to 25, 35 credits. So like that beginning stage one is like pretty good, right? And like it's still building some stuff. I'm actually, let me see if I can stop it. Let's stop it because I don't want to work on that at the moment. All right, so here we go. So I'm going to go into one of the projects. So I have living websites, trades for work. Let's go into living websites. So this is just a category inside of Emergent. Okay, we're going to go to a web app. Would I do a web app or yeah, let's do a web app. We're gonna do a web app because you could do a mobile app also, but I don't think it's necessary. You could just do a web app itself. So here goes my first part. Then let's go ahead and get this packet. I don't know if it's gonna get this whole thing in there. Let's see if it does. Let's see if it does. Okay. All right, boom, it did. It zipped it. I don't know if it's gonna work. Usually it only takes like 5 things at the same time. This obviously has a ton of stuff inside of it. We're going to use Claude Fable 5 on high. And let's see, do we want to use, okay, we're going to use max. Okay, so first, let's begin with a prototype that works. Okay, so like I'm saying prototype that works just so it doesn't go and start building out, a database and it starts really going like crazy too deep into everything because I'm going to want to take, after this prototype is done, then I'm going to want to take it into Claude Code or to Codex. Obviously, I'm going to use Codex for this so that we have something that works. And then boom, we begin. Okay, so usually what it'll do is it'll ask you a few questions. It'll do the analysis. So right now it basically begins and then it'll take a while to come back. So this may take like, I don't know, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, I don't know, 20 minutes. We're not going to have time to wait for it to pop up. You know, next week you guys will be able to see like what happens there. And it'll give you an idea of what's happening. Okay. So that's how we kind of begin it. Do you guys have any questions on this? And Satori, any questions from your side? You guys good? Okay. So check it out.
Definitely gonna want to see the replay.
Yeah. We'll have a replay. By the way, we're using a replay system. So I created a skill. Check this out. You guys ready for this? You guys got to see like what is happening. There's some crazy stuff happening right now. So every time, check this out, guys. Are you ready for this? So we created a cron job. Okay, I was able to create a cron job. So see this right here? This is last week. Okay, your AI has blind spots. That picture is an AI picture of me because they convert significantly higher when you put a face of someone. You see, like here's one that's not a face 2 weeks ago, 19 views. Last week's was 34 views. Okay. Like, and I'm not sharing this with others right now. So these are just, new people possibly coming across what it is that we're doing. And then check this out. Okay. This I freaking love. So skills. So we're not just building this just to, so we don't teach theory, we build, right? It shows me here on the Zoom call, shows this, and guess what this is doing? All these videos down here are done without me doing anything. Yes, it took me a little optimization. Yes, the design could be a little bit better, but it shows my screen, shows me, whoever. And it's, by the way, this is gonna, if you come on and you have your face on here, you'll be able to like get put up too also on the our YouTube channel, and it's automatically, and I just began this. So it's like, yeah, maybe now we're not getting as many views, but we're definitely going to be doing a lot more. Okay.
That's
So
awesome, Jonathan.
isn't this crazy? Isn't this crazy? Like,
Yeah, that's really
yeah,
good.
yeah, it's like imagine this is an employee. So we have an employee. What I do have to do, so these I didn't I once I optimized this sufficiently enough and I got something that was like you know what Umair said? He's like, you have to be embarrassed about like what you're putting out. This is kind of like I would probably like the design to be a little bit better. It was super embarrassing before, but I'm like, all right, this is not perfect. Not whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Boom, it did it itself. It does ask great questions. It did a little bit more for it, but I've seen there's some people that have very viral stuff online that is like shitty. As long as the content is good, they go and they check it out. So this is gonna get people to start paying attention to what we're doing with the collective, right? And to start following our channel. So that's pretty good. So let's go back to Emergent.
And you're
All
saying
right,
that pipeline that just takes the instant recording and then uploads it and then automatically, like the agent automatically just publishes it to your YouTube. That's slick.
Yeah. Tell me that's not cool.
That's slick.
Tell me that's not cool. And the cool thing is it's clipping. So it's literally clipping the best. It literally picks what are good things that I say. It does need a little bit more polishing, but like now it's to the point where like those 5 videos, they were all decent. One was like the copy was a little bit off or the script was not perfect, but the other ones were pretty good. And like now it gets people to figure out what I'm doing. And let's say that I clip every single time that we do this. Let's say I clip 10 times. That's 10 videos that I don't even have to touch. And guys, at 2 o'clock today, EST, it's going to take this video. It's going to post it online. It's going to post all the information about it. Then it's going to clip, 5 to 10 different clips, and it's going to post them by themselves. Okay. Like crazy, right? Freaking crazy. What do you use this automation? So Kenton, how do you get that? So what we did, Kenton, is that I haven't added it on there yet. But we have our collective GitHub, and I'm going to be adding a bunch of these things on there. So it's either you participate. I'm only doing this for free for now. In the future, none of this stuff will be actually free. But for now, it's like we're going to add people to the collective GitHub. If you're actually participating, you get access to it. If you're not, like by the time I'm done, there's a good chance I'm probably going to start charging $500 to $1,000 a month to have access to this. And then you'll be able to have all kinds of different things that are able to take you to the next level. Like the skills we're creating right now, guys, is part of the one-man army. where you'll be able to do so much and you'll have a bunch of agents. My goal is to have hundreds of agents, which is like hundreds of employees doing their tasks without me having to hardly do anything. The goal is to not do anything. In the beginning, I am micromanaging a lot of this stuff, but in time, you'll be able to do it. Okay. So Kenton, if you give me your email, I can obviously add you to that. Same thing with you, Satori. Okay, so let's answer these questions. Then I'm going to give you guys the opportunity if you guys want to participate this weekend in our build. You'll be able to do it, and we're going to give you guys like $100 discount. It'll be 99 bucks. But let's answer this question first. Okay, so AI provider, the one, concierge and generation, spec names like Fable 5, GPT Soul, Kimi 3, Luna. Okay, so use the emergent universal key. Okay, so basically they're using it. I want to use my own keys later. I'm just going to say I'm doing it now, fully mocked. Let's do it mocked for now. Let's do it mocked. I think we're going to mock it up. So we want to see what it looks like. I don't like to go too deep into the builds until I know I like something. So it also costs you less money by doing it, and then you can later take it somewhere else. We're going to mock it. For the prototypes, first pass, prioritize, full flow, intake, quick start, guide me, studio, prompt export, seed demo, seeded demo, studio first, intake. Okay, let's go with the full flow. Anything else you want to emphasize in V1 or probably go? Just a dope design based off the top builders. Okay, you want to give it context, right? Use emergent, lovable. What's the other one? Replit as potential of ease and how it looks. But ours will have an intake form to get more context or a prompt to take to their ChatGPT, Claude, or other AI to get back the info to add into this builder. Let's make it as easy as possible for people to build their first site. Okay, boom. All right, perfect. Any additional info? Nope. Let's build. All right, so I like that it asks you questions. What does suck about Replit is that, what does suck about Emergent is that it won't give you the ability to be able to, it won't give you the ability to work on multiple agents. I don't know why they don't do that, because in Replit you can work on multiple ones, which is significantly better, right? So anyways, as that is going, so this weekend, guys, let me see if did it add the video? Let me show you guys another thing that I built, which is basically this is going to be for the one-shot website, just to show you guys what's possible, like how much you could get done. Like I'm doing so much more than what like most people could think is even possible, more than what some teams can do. I have a video that I created for the actual build and the one-shot workshop. So for those of you that do want to attend the workshop, let me see if I have the link. Okay, so those of you guys that want to attend the workshop this weekend, if you haven't signed up, I'm putting it into the chat here. Where did I put this thing? And I'm going to show you a video that I created, which is super dope. So if you guys want to create like a web page, your website, a website for an offer, something you're doing, like, I don't know if we're ever going to do this again, but basically I'm charging you the same price for the workshop and the one-shot prompt than what we're charging for the one-shot prompt. So I'm putting it there with a $100 discount. Okay. So now let me show you guys what I was able to build for, and I'm running ads to this right now okay, so check this out. So let me see, hold on.
Website got.
All right, so those of you that don't know, I've created a skill that is a complete, basically editing department, like a marketing department that is doing videos, and I call it the Higgsfield Goblin. And the Higgsfield Goblin is giving you the ability, okay? The Higgsfield Goblin is giving you the ability to create full-on videos for promotions. This is a promotional video that we are going to be running and that we are running to be able to get people to the workshop this weekend. I have a bunch of different ones that we're doing for the one-shot prompt website itself. And this was created. So just check out this video. which was fully done. Okay, yes, I did do some edits for clarity, 100% I did some edits, but check out what I was able to create myself, not a single other person involved in the process. Usually I would need a designer, a CGI person, an editor, a copywriter, all this stuff. All of it was included in an actual skill. So this is our employee for the collective that goes and creates these videos. Okay, so let me go ahead and play it for you guys just to show you guys what's possible.
Website Goblin here. No website? Fine. A confusing website running on what you think works? Less fine. That's not strategy. That's website roulette. We need to talk. Join the one-shot website workshop live on Zoom. Claim your spot. Elite design and clarity included. Electricity, sold separately.
All right, so guys, I was able to create that plus other dope ass videos without a single other person. Like when was that actually possible? Let me see. I have another one that I did. Let me show you guys. I'm actually a character in one of these. Let me see. Where did I put this other one that I did? Let's see where this other one is. Okay, so check this out. All right, ready for, so you guys saw that I did, all you guys need definitely is very important to have yourself, what is it called? Have yourself like a different type of lead magnets. So the website scanner, which is something that you guys could build, but for your type of industry. Here's a video that I put myself. I am a character in it. Okay. I have a character mood board for myself. And then here goes another video that we did that we're running to get people's email address for them to get a free scan. Okay. Check out this video.
You call this a website? Looks good to me. Nice. Does it also take floppy dicks? Weak message and copy, buried offer, and a 1997 design. Most owners never see what's killing the sale. Paste your URL. It shows what's broken and what to fix first. Free? Completely. Find the leak before they do. You're welcome.
Yeah. So basically that was a video that we created, which I thought was like quite fun. And then now we're running traffic directly to that offer and we're getting leads as we speak right now. So, okay. All right, so let's go back. Okay, so it's going to take a little bit of time here to be able to put this up and going. We are running out of time, and I do have another meeting that I have to go into. But I'll answer this last question. If you guys have any other questions, let me know. So what apps and companies do you see to make UGC? Okay, so Satori, basically right now, like what we're using is Higgsfield. Higgsfield is good. It's a little bit more expensive, but Higgsfield is good if you have the ideation. You have to do all that type of stuff. I am developing the Higgsfield Goblin, which is it's a skill that basically you could call upon to add and make stuff for you. So it just kind of depends what you're trying to do and like these type of things. I will be adding a version of the Higgsfield Goblin into our GitHub repository for the collective. It'll probably be like a V1 version, V2. Like I'm thinking about actually turning it into a product itself. But you guys could get early access into that through the GitHub account. I think it might already be in there actually. And that's about it. So this one's building here, but yeah, that's about it, guys. Is there any questions? Do you guys have any questions for me? Anything that you want to do? So 11 Labs is getting people's accounts demonetized. Is it because 11 Labs is like is not allowing you to have commercial use? Is that why, Satori? I'm wondering what that reason is for. If you know, Satori, about the 11 Labs getting demonetized. No,
No,
YouTube is.
Yeah, YouTube has taken down millions of accounts which are AI generated faceless accounts, so they're not monetizing those
Yeah.
accounts.
Yeah, they're taking them down. So they're recommending that you use your own voice to help
Really?
and use a different app.
Interesting.
Just
That's
giving you a heads up. I heard that just yesterday.
interesting. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna add for Georgette, I'm gonna add the collective account inside here. Let me see if you guys give me some of your emails. Let me go copy these email addresses because you guys will be added into there. Let me just put it inside here real quick. So any of you guys that want to be added into this account, I only put like 3 of them up right now. More will be going up here. But in order to be in this group, guys, like I know it might be hard in the beginning, or at least you think it is, but if you continue to come on these calls, like you'll just learn how to be able to add your own skills, and then you can give feedback on the actual skills that we use. The goal is to have like, we'll probably in some point in time, we'll have like hundreds of these inside here. Like I'm just adding more and more to even my own skill set. Let me see. So in my skills, we have about, you see what I'm adding all these right here. This is my public GitHub repo, so you guys can also copy from there. Let's see. You can add those inside there too. All right. So perfect. Here we go. Let me add you guys inside. So I just put it into the chat really quickly for you guys to be able to have inside there. Before I forget, or I want to add these inside, let's say Google Doc. So then I can go back
Do
and
you
do
have
it.
to like start with like a create skill.md, or how does it?
Oh yeah. So if you go to my GitHub account, the skills one, I created that for you guys. So that's the cool thing, guys. The cool thing about this. Okay, so if you go to my own personal one, which I just put into the chat, there is one called Create Public Skill. So you don't have to know how to even do how to upload it. It'll do it for you. So if you see my skills, it kind of gives you a prefix of what is it that I'm trying to do. What's my mission? It's to 100 to 1000x. Okay, like literally, I want to be able to 100 to 1000x, and 1000 was not even like something that was possible. It's gonna be possible. I think there's certain companies that are doing this right now versus like regular ones in their field, and they're gonna absolutely slaughter them. So that'll be in there. And you see adding a skill, follow public skill before publishing it, then it adds a row to this table. So basically, it gives you the context of what you need to do for your skill. And then if you go to our YouTube channel, let's see. If you go to our YouTube channel, everyone go follow our YouTube channel if you want to see the replays, because all the replays are going to be public now. And then only like collective members and people in our circles will be able to attend these because we don't want a whole bunch of crazy random people unless they like pay to get into the community. So basically follow us there. And the last 3, if I'm not mistaken, we talked about skills and how to build. So if you're into the skills, and here's the thing, like, some people are like, oh, great, it's a lot of work. I have to do this. But it's like the amount of value that you get from like implementing skills is like so far superior to the time that it takes to learn these things. It's not even funny. It's just, yes, there is a learning curve. You have to learn this in the beginning stages. It really does. Okay. Any other questions? Okay, if there's no other questions, guys, I would love to see you guys. If you guys can attend this weekend, I'm putting the link one more time in the chat. Come attend. You get $100 off. We have a few spots left. So if you guys want to come and build together with us, we're going to be doing it. I'm going to give more examples of what it is to build out a home page, your own personal page, something for your business. Let's say you have a business already or a service, you have an offer page. Like people don't realize how important it is to have an actual offer page, not just the website. Like if you're going to run something for your own, like this is highly beneficial. And this is what you guys got to know. Like pretend that you have an agency. You have a specific product. For example, I have an agency and I sell websites, I do logos, I do media buying, I do this. If I want to sell someone in a specific area, I create what's called an offer page. And then that offer page will be just one offer, selling them just on that offer. If you do e-com, you're running ads, you have that killer product, right? Everyone is supposed to have at least one killer product. And whatever that killer product is, you should have an offer page just for that by itself. Like if you don't have an offer page for what the most important part of your business is, when you're sending people just to a website, like that's more like brand awareness, acknowledgement to what you do. But if you have a product that you're selling, there needs to be an offer page. For example, Rianne, for you, like it's important to have like what is the killer perspective to sell people on something you're purchasing. Let's say, for example, it's sponsors. Okay, like Rianne has like the LinkedIn for people to come in and do sports, as a LinkedIn social network. But you need to have sponsors actually sponsor. So you would literally create a sponsorship offer page where it sells them. Here's the value proposition. Here's exactly what you're going to get. Here's the results that people have had. Here's some testimonials, whatever it is, and there's a format for that. You want to create an offer page that sells them on that. They're not going to come on your website that has all the other stuff and understand. So you need to add, when we had our company, I mean, we had probably, I don't know, we probably had like hundreds of offer pages for specific things. And every time we ran ads, we would run it to an offer page. We would never run it directly to our site. And I see people do it all the time. They're like, oh, ads don't work. It's like, no, you just don't know what you're doing. So that's like that'll be like a little bit more. Okay. Yeah, and Satori, if you can't attend that one, you can 100% still get it. Watch the replay. And then basically based on the replay, you'll get access, but you'll get access to a back end CRM. So if anyone can't attend it, you can still do it. You'll be able to see the replay. And then you'll also have access to a back end. And then I can always throw you ideas to Satori when you're done. And I can do it because what I'm going to do on this call, guys, is that I'm going to go through a bunch of people's websites and give them feedback in real time on how to make it better. Which is something obviously I can't do on my own, but in a shared ecosystem, I could do it. So Satori, if you get your first version, you can send it to me and I'll send you back just because you've been a collective member for a long time. So if you do it, just go ahead and send it to me and then I'll just give you feedback on what to change to make it better. Because it does help going further with it, hence why we're having like this one coming up. Okay. All right. Love how you iterate. So much to learn. Yeah, so much value. Thank you for coming on. Rand, you're like here super late, right? It's like midnight where you're at, right? Like, thank you for coming on. I love that you're actually on here learning, and it shows that you're going to be a badass startup founder, that you are a badass startup founder. MB says either give the best solution of their problem or irresistible offer. Core rule of selling to anyone. Just so you guys know, MB is a badass freaking copywriter, so she understands how that works. Like people hire copywriters to do this type of stuff because it's so important. People have websites that absolutely confuse people and they don't sell people. That's why for me, this is such an important product that we built. All right, guys. So if there's nothing else, I'm gonna take off. I gotta go meet up with my aunt, as a matter of fact. Appreciate all you guys coming on here. I added the link there one last time. Umair, is there anything else you want to leave everyone here with?
No, I think you covered everything, John. There's nothing left for me to say, anything besides the fact that thank you so much for everyone to be on the call. And thank you, Johnny, for for going into so much detail and and taking this pain for everyone and sharing all the knowledge that you do every week. So that's wonderful. And yeah, see you guys on Saturday. That's what I'm expecting.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Thank you, brother. Next time,
yeah.
next time Umair is gonna lead. Umair is gonna lead. I talk too much. So Umair, you're
No,
leading
no.
next week.
Yeah, I'll do on workshops for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. All right, thank you guys. Yeah.
Bye-bye. See you next time.
Yeah, hackathon, guys. Hackathon. Get some done. Thank you, guys. Appreciate y'all. Okay. See y'all Saturday and see you guys next week. Everyone have a great day. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.